First, the top stories at this hour. Over 1.88 lakhs affected by floods. More than 24,000 houses damaged in Manipur, says Minister of Water Resources. Manipur Raj Bhavan drills under severe flooding. UGC derecognized Shanghai International University of Churachandpur. Degrees now invalid. And Assam flood situation worsens, 6 dead, 1.98 lakhs affected. Hello, good afternoon. You are watching ELITETV English News at 12:30. Now the news in detail. A total of 188,143 people have been affected by floods in Manipur following incessant rains in the aftermath of Cyclone Rimels, Awangbo New Water Resources Minister said on Thursday. It has also damaged at least 24,265 houses in the last few days, he said. Altogether, 18,103 people have been evacuated and 56 relief camps were set up. Ministers for Water Resources and Relief and Disaster Management Awangbo Newmai informed. In a post on Facebook, he said, held a brief meeting with the Additional Chief Secretary, Deputy Commissioner in Infal West and East, Directorate Relief and Disaster Management to review the flood situations and strategizing for immediate actions on relief, search and rescue operations. Around 401 hectares of crops has been affected too, he said. Relief materials have been distributed to Infal East, Infal West, Bisnupur, None, Churachandpur, Senapati and Kakching. The minister said, Newmai said 3 persons have died and 9 people suffer injuries while 1 is missing due to the floods that hit the states on May 29th. Chief Minister Biren Singh in a social media post added that a breach of river embankment occurred at 18 spots, of which 17 have been sealed. Flooding in the surrounding areas have been successfully brought under control, he said. The northeastern states have been lashed by heavy rains and thunderstorms triggered by the cyclones in the last few days. In view of severe flooding caused by the breaches in embankments along riverbanks, the government declares a 2 days public holiday for all states offices on Thursday till May 31st. Citizens have been urged to stay indoors unless faced with an emergency, according to an official's notification. The Raj Bhavan complex in Manipur has been severely affected by flooding, with all office buildings, including the Raj Bhavan Secretariat, the Office of the Governor, Staff's Quarter and Security Barrack, being inundated by the flood water. Only the vintage building serving as the official residence of the Governor has been spared. In the light of the dire situation, the Governor reviewed the arrangements made to control floods and instructed officials to take all the possible measures to mitigate the pathetic conditions of the complex. The floods has caused widespread damage and disruption within the Raj Bhavan premises, with essential infrastructure and facilities being submerged. Efforts are underway to assess the extent of the damage and initiate immediate relief and rehabilitation measures. The state administration have been working tirelessly to address the flood situations which were affected various parts of Manipur due to the incessant rains. Rescues and relief operations are going on in affected areas, with authorities mobilizing resources to provide assistance to those affected. In a plea for peace, Imagi Maira, a women's organization alongside the Women's Committee of the Delhi Meeting Coordinating Committees, submitted a memorandum to the Prime Ministers of India yesterday. The document calls for the immediate action to restore normalcy and ensure peaceful coexistence in the violence-stricken states of Manipur. The memorandum highlights the severe impact of the ongoing violence on the Meitei communities and other residents of Manipur. As your office is aware of the civil war situations in Manipur ongoing for over a year since May 3rd last year, we submit this memorandum with a heavy heart representing the suffering of the people living in Manipur, it states. The women's groups expressed deep concern over what they perceive as a lack of response from the central government. They accuse the governments of neglect and allege that the states and the central security forces have failed to protect the Meitei people from attacks by the armed miscreants. We are forced to live with no security and compelled to rely on our ability to defend ourselves because of the complete failure of the state's authority, the memorandum states. The documents detail several violence incidents over the past years, including coordinated attacks on Meitei villages and state security forces, suggesting a pattern of systematic targeting. It recounts a series of attacks on May 28, 2023, where 13 Meitei villages were assaulted, resulting in multiple deaths and injuries. This attack occurs despite the presence of high-ranking military officials in the regions, raising questions about the effectiveness of the security measures. Further, the memorandum highlighted the perceived partiality of the governments towards armed miscreants. It points to the suspension of operations agreements which they claim provide armed miscreants with immunity, allowing them to carry out attacks with impunity. Specific instances such as the prolonged attacks on Moray towns and the state security forces from December 31st, 2023 to January 8, 2024 are cited as evidence of the alleged bias. The Sangha International University in Churachandpur, Manipur has been officially derecognized by the University Grants Commissions due to the persistent non-compliance with the regulatory requirements. These developments took effect following a sole cause notice issued on December 19, 2023. Established in June 2015 as a state-private university by the government of Manipur, Sangha International University initially found its place on the UGC list of recognized universities. However, its subsequent failure to provide unnecessary information for inspection, despite repeated requests from the UGC, has led to the decisive action. The UGC, through a series of letters dating back to July 3, 2015 and continuing through January 11, 2021, sought essential information from the university to facilitate inspections and ensure compliance with the educational standards. Despite these efforts, the university did not respond adequately. The situations escalated with the issuance of the so-called notice, which gave the universities an ultimatum to justify why it should not be removed from the UGC list under Section 2F of the UGC's Act 1956. Further to this, a copy of the so-called notice was sent to the Departments of Higher Education Government of Manipur, urging immediate interventions and feedback. However, both the universities and the state governments failed to provide any satisfactory response. As a consequence, the UGC has now removed Sangha International University from its list of recognized universities. This means the university is no longer authorized to offer any UGC's approved undergraduate, postgraduate, or doctoral degrees. The derecognition renders any degrees issued by the universities invalid for higher education and employment purposes. The UGC also has advised prospective students and their parents to refrain from seeking admissions to any programs offered by the Sangha International University effectively immediately. The Commission stated that without UGC recognitions, degrees from these institutions hold no validity. In view of the severe flooding caused by the breaches in the embankments along river banks, the Manipur government on Thursday declares a 2-day public holiday for all state offices until May 31st. People have been asked to stay indoors unless faced with an emergency according to a government directive. Further, Manipur has taken proactive steps to enhance coordinations in rescue, relief and rehabilitation efforts. A 24/17 control room has been established at the banquet hall first ever under the leadership of the Principal Secretary of the Government of Manipur. This control room aims to streamline communication and swiftly address the urgent requirements of those affected by the flood. As a part of the policy of the Indian Railways to protect wildlife species including the rare and endangered one, NF Railways is committed to take appropriate steps towards the end. Wherever it is in the countries, railway lines passes through forest areas of the sanctuaries, necessary steps are taken to prevent mishaps. Railway lines that passes through the gibbon sanctuary in the Jorhat districts of Assam inhabits the rare hollow gibbons. These apes are highly arboreal species, so NF Railways is taking measures to enable these species crossing the railway tracks that bifurcates the sanctuary. In consultations with the Assam State Forest Department's Wildlife Institute of India and all the stakeholders, it has been decided to install canopy bridges under the sanctuary. These canopy bridges will be installed at several identified points to facilitate the easy access of the arboreal species for the movement from one part of the railway track to the other. Assam State Forest Department has already submitted designs with the estimates for the installation of the canopy bridge over the railway tracks. The design was prepared by the Wildlife Institutes of India in consultations with NF Railways. NF Railways has already deposited the estimated amounts in the month of February 2024 for the installations of the canopy bridge by the Forest Department of Assam. The end of the canopy bridge as well as the knots will be secure and clamps or tightens using the appropriate high-grade fastening materials and techniques. And now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Diabetes ko loina da hingliba sing tha amagi manungda control toba ngamle. Urea creatinine wangbasu tha amagi manungda hanthaba ngamle. Khong hamba nungaitabasu numit manganigi manungda fahanba ngamle. Piles saibadi nungsang nabasu chama da chama fahanba ngamle. Cholesterol wangba numit kunida normal oiba ngamle. BP wangbasu tha amagi manungda normal oiba ngamle. Fatty liver oibasu tha amagi manungda fagat hanba ngamle. Pumnamak natural oiba hidak makhalna layang jabani. Hakchang da sokadaba side effect amata laite. Makata na hidak chabagi mathau su tararoi. Hena kupa parol gidamak ngasimak langsin birau Diabetes Hospital Soibam Laikai Ayangpali Road opposite Karkinos Jenims Hospital Porompat Imphal East near Punjab National Bank.
Foreign chatpagi marup adom malimgi fazaraba mafam kaya sel hichang chandana koiba pambibra pambirabadi foreign koibagi marup yaubiyu koibigadaba mafam singde Thailand, Dubai, Europe amasung package oina Thailand, Malaysia amadi Singapore ni Thailand da koibagi damak thage selun to palising mga khaktani tha tarani thoi khak hunbigadabani Dubai gi oina thagi lupalising taruk masisu tha tarani thoi hunbigadabani Thailand, Malaysia amadi Singapore package ki oina tha amada lupalising taret ka chamanga hunbigadabani masisu tha tarani thoi khak hunbigadabani Europe ki oinadi tha amagi lupalising taramangani adumakpu masigi oinadi tha kungamari hunbigadabani Hulliba senfam singasi 3-star hotel da leiba chaba tumba visa ki fee airport transfer sightseeing loina makyao rabani lakliba April tara manga dagi registration hausaragani aduga sen khaina May tara manga dagi hausaragani khudong chaba si mangan biganu hena kupamaro gidamak masimak contact tawbiyo 7 Sisters Holiday MG Avenue Imphal Manipur contact number 0385 2443977 natragana 2443979 mobile number 97061234001 natraga 8720905337 natragana 84148088080
for 2024 World-Class Heart Institute accredited by National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India for doctorate training, DRNB in cardiology, approved by UGC for BSc in cardiovascular technology training, enabling candidates to practice echocardiography, cath lab technology in interventional cardiology, supporting cardiologists with Holter recording and computer analysis, treadmill test TMT, electrocardiogram, etc. Job title, cardiovascular technologist. The following training courses are also available: Diploma in Medical Laboratory Technology for 2 years, Diploma in Radiology Imaging Technology for 2 years, Diploma in Dialysis Technology for 2 years. Eligibility criteria: minimum qualification 10+2 in Science PCB with 50% for General or OBC and 45% for SC or ST category. Date of application form issue 20th May. Last date of application form submission 10th June. Admission process from 15 to 22nd June. Commencement of new session 1st July 2024. For further details, please contact 600-975-2429 Academic Department, Sky Hospital, Rims Road, Impal West, Monday to Saturday, 9 AM to 5:30 PM.
Ibung, nachal na chachagadoriba mafamdudadi posaksingsigi chanafam lairaroi. Se ibung, nachalbu thauna pangal hapiyo.
Ay hayok jage. Mane, kuray magi gidu sa ako'y nakapani.
Tasawdi, nasan ginahay doon na mahiyang thugpa unpot amata supibirakti.
Hey, ito kita magtabo nang nakapahuna bro. Inihiyam na pembidra mani. Isan tamhagi awang-awan po namang ay nahing initapirak.
Uang bagi mapalay draba nong dolbunak na ubagum.
Kamando na mi hat pa puba siyan jabagi wari bu loy ba na ibang dida. Isan nubi ba winakta sang nindra ba ni?
Kadaw zaro nege. Asok hawta na thong masaksay tagsibo. Kari jak thong la thong no.
Hoy.
Natoy to hinglong nang ay kiniyo. Nang ngayon na challenge to.
Hararoy mapo kudingi Hongleroy kongson amata Sakawasaki tamuiha.
Welcome back after the break. To go further with Assam's flood situation worsens on May 30 with over 1.98 lakhs affected in the 9 districts and 1 person's drowning to death as the water levels of the major rivers rose following incessant rainfalls in the aftermath of the cyclone Rimel's officials said. A person's drawn to death in the Hailakandi district, pushing the tolls in the states to 6 due to the floods and the rains since yesterday, while 18 others were injured. Altogether, 198,856 were affected in the district of Nagons, Karimganj, Hailakandi, West Karbi Anglong, Kachar, Hojai, Golaghat, Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao, according to the Assam State Disasters Management Authority reports. Kachar is the worst affected district with 102,246 people reeling under floods water, followed by the 36,959 in the Karimganj, 22,058 in the Hojai, 14,308 in Hailakandi, among others, it says. A total crops areas of 3,238.8 hectares has also been washed away, while 234,535 animals have been impacted. Rivers Brahmaputra and Barak along with its tributaries are flowing above the danger marks at several places in the affected districts, the report said. A total of 35,640 people have been taken shelter in 110 relief camps, with the highest of 19,648 in the Hozai, followed by 12,110 in Kachar, 2,060 in Hailakandi and 1,613 in Karimganj. In Barak's valleys, Karimganj, Kachar and Hailakandi's district, the Barak rivers and its tributary Longai, Kushiara, Singla and Katakhals were flowing above the danger levels at several locations, showing a rising strength, while 4 embankments were damaged in the Karimganj. A couple has been arrested for possessing heroins with rupees 65.8 lakhs in East Mizoram's Champhai district, as senior Assam Rifles officials said on the Thursday. Acting on a tip of Assam Rifles and Mizoram police personnel carried out joint operations at the Jote village near the Myanmar border on Wednesday and recovered 94 grams of heroin from their possessions, the officials said. Their joint teams arrested the couples when they were traveling from Myanmar to Jote with the consignments, he said. The accused were a couple hails from the Champhai district, he said, adding that the seized drugs and the accused were handed over to the police in the Champhai on Wednesday. On the other hand, Mizoram police have rescued 24 exotic animals, including 18 snakes from the Mizoram-Tripura border, police said in the statements on Thursday. 2 Tripuri residents have been arrested for possessing and transporting the exotic animals, he said. The statement says that the police personnel at the Kanmun's village intercepted Tripura-bound vehicles on May 25 and rescued 18 snakes, 4 turtles and 2 monkeys. The aftermath of Cyclone Rimals has brought devastating consequences to the Aizawl districts, with multiple landslides wreaking havoc and claiming the lives of 28 individuals. According to the Aizawl Superintendent of Police, Rahul Alwal, 15 bodies have been recovered from the Meltum Quarry, while 4 individuals remain missing and 2 have been successfully rescued. The distributions of the casualties across various locations within the districts has been reported. Meltum has the highest numbers of deceased with 15, followed by Lemans with 6. Salem reported 3 deceased, Falcons 2, whilst Kelsey and Lungsai each reported 1 deceased. The recovery of these bodies brings the total number of confirmed casualties to 28, highlighting the severity of the landslide that swept through the region. The impact of the cyclone Rimals on Aizawl has been profound, leading to the widespread destructions and displacement. The cyclone's heavy rains, floods and subsequent landslide have left trails of devastations, resulting in the destructions of 127 houses. Government officials have reported that 46 houses are partially damaged, 28 are fully damaged, and 53 have been suffered severe damage. At least 1 woman died, while 3 others were injured after a lightning strikes in 2 separate locations under the Kaila Sakhar subdivisions of the Unakoti district in Tripura. In Golakpur village, a lightning bolt struck groups of women working in a jhum field, leaving 1 dead and 2 seriously injured. The deceased, identified as the Chong Halam 47, succumbed to the lightning strikes on the spot. The injured near Chong Hai Halams and the Lalpuini Halams were rushed to the Unakoti District Hospital for urgent medical attention. In a parallel incident at Manu Village Gram Panchayat area, Sanjay Bauri, 22, was struck by the lightning whilst working in the tea gardens. Bauri lost consciousness immediately and was swiftly taken to the hospital for treatment. His condition remains critical. Medical teams are attending to the injuries at the Unakoti District Hospital, emphasizing the needs for the cautions during the thunderstorms and lightning-prone weather. The body of a 31-year-old farmer was discovered in his fields in the Lapangaps village along with the Meghalaya Assam's borders in the West Jantia Hills on May 30. The deceased, identified as the Talpi Talang, had reportedly gone to look after his fields on May 29 morning but fails to return home by the nightfall. Upon searching, his family members found his body with injuries on his head and mouth. Diamond Lindo, a resident of the Langpagaps, notified the police about the incidents. Police have registered a case and currently investigating the trace the perpetrators of the crime. Prime Minister Narendra Modi began his 45 hours meditations at the Vivekananda Rock Memorials in Kanyakumari on Thursday evening. He arrived from the Thiruvananthapuram by the helicopter, worshipped at the Bhagavati Amman temples and reached the memorials by the ferry. Modi, dressed in a dhoti and a white salt, circumambulated the Garbhagriha and receives temple prasads. He then started his meditations at the Dhyan's Mandapam. Before meditating, Modi stood on the stairs of the Mandapam, which offers his view. He is likely to visit the Thiruvalluvar statue before departing on June 1. Outfits like the Thanthai, Pariwar, Dravidar, Kajagams protested in Madurai and social media show at Go Back Modi posts. Security have also been tightened with about 22,000 police deployed and vigilance by the Coast Guards and Navy. This is the Modi's first stay at the memorials built in tributes to the Swami Vivekananda. After the Lok Sabha campaigns, Modi chooses his significant place for the meditations, where he will meditate till 1st June evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's journey to the Kanyakumari commenced from the Thiruvananthapuram, reflecting his dedications to spiritual rejuvenations amidst the tranquil surroundings of the southern India. Upon arrivals, he is settled to pay homage at the Bhagavati Aman temples, gestures underscoring his reverence for the region's rich cultural heritage. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 94028-90982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channels or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. Before we wrap up, the headlines once again. Over 1.88 lakhs affected by floods, more than 24,000 houses damaged in Manipur. Minister's Water Resources. Manipur Raj Bhavan reels under severe flooding. UGC derecognized Shanghai International University of Churachandpur, degree now invalid. And Assam flood situation worsens, 6 deaths, 1.98 lakhs affected. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching ELITETV for more updates at 3 again. Till then, take care and have a great time ahead.